What's going on, y'all? We gonna do a little quick little week one view, man, of the scores, man, and what's going on, man. It definitely was an interesting week one, y'all. You know, there's some scores that I'm not gonna discuss over and over again because we already talked about that. So when it comes down to the Bills and the Rams, you definitely can go back. I did a little something on there. When it comes to the Bucks and the Cowboys, you definitely can go back. So we're gonna touch on the games that I didn't cover. For instance, the Saints and the Falcons. I kind of was in and out and observing that game, but that game was very interesting. The Saints came out to a slow start. That game was, to me, look, that game was amongst two, to me, insufficient teams. I don't really see unless the Saints kind of change around that offense, maybe add a little bit more firepower to it, I don't really see them being like true playoff contenders. I'm not saying that they're gonna be weak because they definitely still have a good enough sufficient defense, but with Michael Thomas comebacks that helps though, and Jarvis Landry comebacks that helps with them in the short to intermediate passing game, and Kamara is always somebody, so it ain't like they ain't got nothing, and Jameis Winston can get it done, but they just missing a few things. However, though, are they trash? No. I believe if you're gonna call anything trash, it'll probably gonna be Atlanta this year. Just because teams came off to a strong start maybe in week one, don't mean they're gonna end like that. 49ers and the Bears, that was a good win for the Bears. Under the circumstances, Bears also are lacking in weapons. The Niners, they look like they're lacking in quarterback play. But nonetheless, the Niners believe that they are a playoff team. And I also do not believe that the Niners are a playoff team. I believe that they will have quarterback issues, which will hinder them into the success that they think they will have. But nonetheless, that 19-10, Bears game was kind of, to a certain extent, like I said, that game could have went either way, but the Bears came through with some good defense, man, and sealed that off. Steelers and the Bengals. The Steelers on offense, if they're gonna be Najee dependent, they don't really have no outside weapons. Yeah, they got Deontay Johnson. He's okay. He's not no number one though, but he's pretty. He's a solid wide receiver that can play on a lot of teams, and their tight end, I can't pronounce his name, Fremont or something like that. He's a good tight end, y'all. But other than that, Claypool, he's trash to me. They're gonna have to run the ball. Trubisky is not sufficient. He's just a placeholder till Pickett get right, But the defense, man, still show that the defense is still ball. The defense looked good. Even though that was a division game, they turned Joe Burrow over on multiple occasions, I believe 4 or 5 times. That was very good, So, it looked like they was gonna choke at the end, but Joe the show, man, gonna come through, man, and gonna give you a run for your money, man. You can never count him out. But after missed opportunities from both, the Steelers ended up pulling that out. Eagles and the Lions. The Lions put on a better show than we all thought. That Eagles defense. Yeah, man, I just don't believe that they should have gave up 35 points to Detroit. That should be alarming, especially if that was supposed to be part of your bread and butter, especially if you're supposed to be so-called having a recipe of running the ball, running the football, and, playing defense. I'm just thinking, with the insufficient weapons that the Lions got, that game should have been. But nonetheless, it was an exciting game. Jalen Hurts seemed to be the running back that they all desire to have at quarterback. Jared Goff, he played him a decent game, man. He wasn't bad, man. Lions, man, they're gonna be competitive. I don't foresee them doing anything, great, but they'll be competitive. If you sleep on the Lions, they will beat you. That's for sure. So you got to come with it. You got to prepare, and if there's gonna be a lot of teams that's gonna take them for granted, and them teams that take them for granted will lose to them. But the Eagles, they definitely have things to clean up. But yeah, Dolphins and the Pats. The Pats, they look to be kind of, in the down phase as well. Tua, they gave Tua some weapons, man. And, Tua, that defense came to play for Miami for sure. But that defense looked pretty solid. They was able to put up enough offense, man. 20-7, that's a good showing. Division, because, the Patriots always use the Miami Dolphins as lunch meat. And so today they was able to feast themselves. So that was a good win for them, 20-7. The Ravens beat the Jets. I mean, do we really expect anything big from the Jets? The Jets are still in that transition stage. A lot of these teams is in the transition stage. They, let's talk about Baltimore. Baltimore doing Lamar wrong, giving him not explosive weapons. They pretty much, I don't know what it is. They trying to set him up the field so they ain't got to pay him that much, but he ain't playing that. But Bateman and Duvernay, come on now, that's not enough, y'all. But however, man, Lamar just gets it done. Greg Roman was one of the best things that ever happened to Lamar Jackson, man. And if he ever to lose Greg Roman, I don't know how he will fare, but it'll be interesting to see, because they put that offense around Lamar though. But everybody expected Baltimore to beat the Jets. Maybe they can turn it around by adding some more weapons during the season to help him out, and they can be there. They can give people a run for their money. I mean, they already gonna give them a run for their money now, but it'll be better for Lamar. It'll open up things for Lamar in the running game. And Dobbins will be back, he's a good running back, and that's gonna help. But the Ravens, you can't never count them out, because the Ravens, no matter what the year is, even on the off year, they always competitive, and they just play. They got a good brand of football, man. Jaguars and the Redskins, man. Let me tell you something. Man, it's not the Redskins, but the Commanders, y'all. Look, let me tell you something, man. The Commanders, man, with that, you understand me, that, with Wentz, man, look, Wentz, man, we all know Wentz trash, right? We know Wentz trash. Washington was supposed to be, built on good defense, and, they were supposed to be a quarterback away. However, they're still searching for that quarterback. So, how could they really do good things this year, man? And they still searching for a quarterback because, they got the leftovers of Philly and the Colts. I mean, if my quarterback can't beat, I believe it was the Jaguars, or was it the Texans? The last game of the season to get in, I'm a little bit worried about him, But nonetheless, man, Jaguars, they a high energy team. They're gonna be off of potential. They're still growing as a young team. Give them about another year or two, and they'll probably be in the mix of, you're gonna have to worry about the Jaguars pretty soon. Because Lawrence is a good quarterback, y'all. So when y'all surround him by weapons, you'll be able to see the full Lawrence. But right now, Lawrence is developing, and right now, they just developing that young talent. But nonetheless, they did play hard against Washington. They probably should have pulled it out though, but Washington overcame it at the end of the day. But I told you that I can go anyway, but I did kind of lean forward to Washington. Browns and the Panthers, they spoiled Baker, playing Baker. Browns, look, let me tell you something. Browns got a good team. And they definitely ain't gonna hit their peak till Deshaun Watson come back. And I believe when they get Deshaun Watson back, and they still got Amari and them healthy, man, they're going to be a problem, man, especially with that good run game and that offensive line they got, man. Because, Deshaun Watson, they never had no offensive line, y'all. So if Deshaun Watson can get that offensive line going and he's able to push downfield, man, they might got something good going on there. But, they ain't going to peak to the end of the season, to that last half of the season, though. So they're going to just do just enough to get through the end of the season. But Carolina Panthers, man, we ain't gonna say it look like Donald, with Sam Darnold, but because you definitely can see that Baker Mayfield is definitely a step over Carolina, but they still have some issues. They still need to, they need to give McCaffrey the ball more. They can't worry about him getting hurt. I mean, if he's fragile, he's just fragile. It's about winning games, man. And if he can't stay healthy, then it's time for you to, go the other way. But you got to use all your weapons. And for sure, McCaffrey got to be a big piece. He got to be that Kareem Hunt to Baker Mayfield. They got to really pound that ball. And, it ain't like he ain't got weapons, because DJ Moore is a very underrated wide receiver. He's been doing this. He's been doing. He got that DeAndre Hopkins effect. Just like him and Scary Terry. No matter what the quarterback is, he's still gonna produce. And if you got a wide receiver that can do that, no matter what the quarterback, you got a special wide receiver. So just think if you put that special wide receiver with a special quarterback. Now I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is a special quarterback, but what I am saying that he's an upgrade over the couple quarterbacks that they didn't had in the past couple of years, though. That's what I am saying. And Carolina, if that defense, plays up to par in the future, Carolina can make some type of noise. They can make some type of noise. I'm not saying that they're gonna make some championship noise, but they can sneak in. They can sneak in the offs. But they gotta be led by their defense. Colts and the Texans, it look like the Colts, man, definitely gonna need another body at that wide receiver, man. The defense, I don't know if it was a slow start for them. They definitely picked it up. They should have never ever struggled with the Texans. They should never had a tie. They should have pulled that out. The Colts, you definitely gonna have to worry about the Colts. I believe the Colts is a very good team. I believe if they add another wide receiver, they're gonna be cooking. Because that defense is very good. Yeah, the defense, they kind of start off to a slow start though. But just watch, man, that defense gonna play ball. The Colts been peaking. And now since they got him a quarterback now it's time for them to go all out. They've been running the ball. They've been going on these solid principles of grinding on defense and going with that good offensive line and pounding the ball. And all you got to do is run behind being Quentin Nelson and Kelly, man. You good to go, man. So, if Ryan can, do what Wentz and them couldn't do, which is be able to have a presence in that pocket and be able to complete passes when need to, it's going to be good. But I think they're going to have to add another weapon pretty soon, though. But definitely, definitely, though, they in a position to succeed. They definitely going to be a problem. Just watch and wait. I think the good teams may have a slow start, but I think, and the bad teams is going to start off cool, and then, everything is just going to reverse. That's the feeling that I'm getting from everybody. The Tennessee Titans, right? Tennessee, man, they're going to have a problem this year. Not only do they not have the weapons on the outside, they have a young rookie wide receiver who can play, but he's a rookie wide receiver. And to ask for him to be the main man coming in right now, that's a lot. He got to develop into that. And he already got a bum quarterback in Tannehill. Tannehill ain't about nothing. Tannehill need the run game, man. And, Tannehill been hiding behind Derrick Henry for quite some time long now. So now when they key in on him, and now he got to be that type of playmaker to be able to make plays because they have less talent at wide receiver, is going to expose him the way that he got exposed in Miami. So, Tennessee does have a good defense though, but Harold Landry, that loss is definitely a huge loss. With that being the case, right, I'm not too, like I told y'all that the Giants was going to take the Giants plus 5.5 though, but I did expect Tennessee to win, and they didn't win, But, I knew the Giants was going to play ball, especially with Saquon come back. I knew they was going to give him a tough time, though, but I still thought that Tennessee would be able to pull that out. So, you have to blame the offense on this one, y'all. Tennessee should have pulled that one out, man. But Tannehill just weak. Tennessee going to struggle this year, y'all. Especially when people keying in on Derrick Henry. They going to struggle this year, y'all. Vikings and Packers weak, y'all. Ain't nobody worried about them on defense. They have nobody to throw to. I don't know why they paid Aaron Rodgers when he ain't got no weapons. They about to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. So, they're going to treat him like, Brett Favre did Aaron Rodgers, man. Knowing good and well they should be trying to give Jordan Love, a shot. They shouldn't even try to have paid Jordan Love. I mean, they shouldn't have tried to pay Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? Because now Aaron Rodgers is in a place where he got to win. And now you out here putting him in a bum position with no weapons. You just pretty much wasting the body and wasting money because y'all ain't going to compete this year. I mean, you would have to make a big trade overhaul, and I just don't see that happening, So this is a down year, a waste of year, and a waste of money that could have went to other resources to make your team better for the future. And you could have put that in, you drafted Jordan Love in the first round, so don't you think it's time to go see him? You can't do that, they're doing them wrong a little bit, man. But if you don't believe in them, then you just don't believe in them. I mean, the way that y'all grind on quarterbacks, though, right? This ain't the, Aaron Rodgers coming in for Brett Favre and he just show you the potential. This is just a little bit different because Jordan Love ain't Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying Jordan Love going to be a bum, but, there's the way they're going about this situation. I believe they fumbled the bag on this one, y'all. But Vikings did what they supposed to do. You know, Vikings don't really have a great defense though, but their offense is pretty solid with Jefferson and Cook, man. Kirk Cousins, man, he just do the necessary things, man, to be able to, keep them in position to win. He definitely got a lot better than what he did when he was with Washington, for sure. But Chiefs and the Cardinals, y'all. I wasn't expecting that, y'all, right? But Chiefs, they played in the preseason. They was kind of warmed up. They was ready to go. Patrick Mahomes looked good. The Cardinals, they just didn't play a good game. When they get DeAndre Hopkins back, so it's gonna change. However, damn, to give up 44 points though, that's a little bit concerning though, especially when they just have a bunch of whole complimentary wide receivers. They don't have that guy, So yeah, Kelsey is that guy though, but when you take Kelsey out, who do you really fear? You don't fear nobody on that offense. So, I definitely think that Kansas City not gonna make no noise this year. Yeah, they come off with a good, they came off good, but I just don't think that he gonna make no noise, y'all. I honestly don't. Raiders and the Chargers, that was a good game. Chargers, man, they are who we thought they were. To me, I thought, Chargers did good, even with Keenan Allen went down. And the Raiders, they are who they are. Yeah, their offense is gonna be better. They're gonna have some explosive plays. I believe they're gonna have trouble stopping the run a little bit, but if you was able to get them where they defensive line can go get to the QB, they'll probably have a pretty good pass rush though. So as long as you're not down, if they not ahead, you're not down by big, you'll be able to be in the game with them with that defense though. But definitely that the defense will probably improve as the year go, but they're gonna be built on hoping that they offense can get them in leads where they can just let them pass rushers go. That is, to me, that was from my observations, But the Raiders is definitely better, though. But they ain't going to make no real noise, though. It's a possibility that they could sneak into them playoffs, though. But as far as making noises, being scared of them and being contenders for that ship, no. Not championship. Seahawks, Broncos, man. Russell Wilson did falter in his game. Seahawks, that was a very good win. But there's no way that the Broncos should have lost to Seattle, y'all. Especially when you got Courtland Sutton and that Javante, Judy, and Russell Wilson and Gordon. Come on, man. Come on, man. Then you only put up 16 points against them. Come on, man. I don't care if it's in Seattle or what. What's really going on, man? That was a poor performance. The defense did what they're supposed to do. They only gave up 17 points. You trying to tell me that you couldn't, and it looked like they had a whole bunch of breakdowns in coverage, man. You tell me you couldn't take advantage of that? Yeah, it was just a poor game for the Broncos, though. The better team did not win, but I think the Broncos, they're going to come, towards, they're going to start warming up as well, too. So, it ain't like they're bums, but as far as them, the way that they came last night, that was very, I wouldn't say it's concerning because it's week one, though, but I definitely thought that they would be able to, pull that out at the end, and then they didn't do that, So, when you start slow and your peoples don't play well, man, you have a recipe for disaster, y'all. So, that was if you had to say a lot of disappointment though, that Broncos losing was a big disappointment. I know Russell Wilson wanted to come back and get that dub though, but they spoiled you. The Seahawks used that momentum, used that crowd to come up there and pump them up to be able to get that dub, and that's exactly what they did, y'all. So, but nonetheless, man, the morning games was very good, but the late games, man, the afternoon and stuff, man, the games it was kind of a little light, though, other than the Chargers game, and maybe you could say for the Tennessee game. But other than that, man, it was a good weekend. Football is back. Football is back, man. I'm excited. My time going to be filled. My weekends, where I'm going to be in front of that TV, relaxing, watching the games, and talking that mess with y'all, man, about what team is being weak and what teams is for real. But, hey, man, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We out.